Imagine for a moment the Earth, our home, the planet that has cradled life for billions of years, comes to a sudden screeching halt. A world that has always spun at 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator stops moving entirely. What would happen next? The answer is nothing short of terrifying. Welcome to a world where Earth stands still. Right now, everything you know, every tree, building, ocean, and living creature is moving with the planet as it spins. The skyscrapers lining our cities, the planes cruising through the skies, and even you watching this video, all of it is spinning along with Earth. But if the planet instantly stopped spinning, inertia would take over. Everything that isn't nailed down, from cars to houses to entire forests, would be flung at breakneck speeds, over 1,000 miles per hour. Think about it. Massive windstorms, unlike anything we've ever seen, would ignite instantly, with tornadoes powerful enough to shred steel and winds so fast they'd obliterate entire cities. Skyscrapers would topple like dominoes, and anything you thought was unmovable would suddenly be airborne. But that's not even the worst part. Let's talk about the oceans. Just like everything else on Earth, the water doesn't stop moving just because the ground does. Our oceans would keep moving at their original rotational velocity, slamming into coastlines with unimaginable force. Picture this: walls of water hundreds of feet high crashing inland, coastal cities like Tokyo, New York, and London completely submerged in chaos. Entire continents would be reshaped as tsunamis swallow everything in their path. The destruction wouldn't just be localized, it would be global and apocalyptic. And what about Earth's magnetic shield, the invisible force that protects us from the dangers of outer space? Earth's spin doesn't just give us day and night, it also drives our magnetic field, which acts as a barrier against harmful solar and cosmic radiation. Without rotation, this field would collapse. With no shield, deadly radiation would pour into our atmosphere. Imagine the sun's powerful rays, no longer blocked by the magnetic field, bombarding the surface of the planet. Not only would this increase the risk of cancers and other health issues, but it would also begin stripping away Earth's atmosphere, just like what happened to Mars millions of years ago. Without the protection of our precious atmosphere, breathing would become impossible, and the gentle blue skies we take for granted would give way to a barren, lifeless wasteland. But wait, there's more. Let's say the Earth stops spinning but still orbits the sun. What happens then? Well, the consequences are just as grim. One side of the Earth would face the sun continuously, subjected to unrelenting heat. Temperatures on this side would soar past 100 degrees Celsius, boiling away water and making survival impossible. Meanwhile, the other half of the planet would be trapped in perpetual darkness. With no sunlight, temperatures would plummet to minus 100 degrees Celsius or lower, turning everything into a frozen wasteland. The only remotely habitable zone? A thin strip of twilight where the scorching sun meets the icy dark, a borderline survival zone filled with hurricanes caused by the extreme temperatures on either side. Humanity, against all odds, might cling to life in this narrow band, but for how long? With no spin, the very shape of our planet would change. Earth is currently an oblate spheroid, bulging slightly at the equator due to its rotation. But without that spin, the oceans would begin migrating toward the poles under the force of gravity. Entire regions near the equator would drain, exposing vast new landmasses. Meanwhile, the poles would flood, forming massive superoceans. New supercontinents might emerge. The boundaries of the Earth would redraw themselves completely, reshaping geography as we know it. And yet, even in this catastrophic chaos, there's something humbling to consider. Earth's rotation isn't just a fact of life. It's the very reason life on this planet is possible. It gives us our days and nights, drives the winds and oceans, protects us from outer space, and keeps our planet's climate stable. So, what if Earth really stopped spinning? The truth is, humanity as we know it wouldn't survive. Our planet would become a fractured world of fire, ice, and radiation, a shadow of the paradise we call home today. But as you sit here, safe and sound on this still spinning Earth, it's worth remembering just how fragile our home really is. One slight change in the mechanics of our planet, and everything could fall apart. Would humans be able to adapt to survive in such a world? Could we find a way to live in the twilight zones, to shield ourselves from cosmic radiation, and to rebuild on a planet that looks nothing like the one we once knew?